Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. This is just a recent finds video. Some things I've picked up over the past, few weeks. Hasn't been a ton, but just kind of a piece here, piece there, and I just wanted to kind of jump on board and share. I've been focusing a lot over the past couple weeks on the 50 album challenge. So I've definitely been doing a lot more spinning than hunting for new vinyl, which is really cool. And I've really been enjoying that, so that's kind of awesome. And one other thing that I've kind of done, and I don't know if maybe anyone else has considered doing something like this, but I've decided I'm going to hold out the top 10 albums out of my 50, album challenge, which of course are all albums you haven't listened to in a while and everything else, and just kind of come back and do a video to talk about those top 10 that I felt and why I got so much, energized by them again and blah, blah, blah. So I think that'll be kind of fun. But yeah, just kind of some random stuff that has come in. Two pieces that Jeff Kempin, I won his Rifftastic contest a little while ago, and he sent me an Amazon gift card. So I want to show the two pieces that have been added to my collection thanks to him, and allowing me to be in his contest and being fortunate enough to win it. And what else? No record store day stuff. I know a ton of people have been doing a lot of those videos over the past couple weeks, or yeah, week or two. But yeah, I didn't go out on record store day at all. I don't do record store days anymore. I haven't really done one in probably 4 or 5 years. I mean, it's been a while. It's just kind of the way it's turned into the Black Friday thing, and it's just more of a mobby thing, and people trying to grab stuff to resell, and it's just really lost a lot of its luster for me. So I don't even go out on record store days. So yeah, I mean, every now and then if there's something I really want, I mean, I do have a few hookups here and there, so that's not really an issue. But yeah, that's just I don't go out on record store day anymore. So no record store day stuff here at all. Well, let me just kind of jump right into it. Oh, looking at the camera here, I guess I didn't really notice I still have my hat on. I don't think I've ever worn a hat in a video before. That's why it looked kind of funny in the screen there. But Glock perfection. I'm sure those of you that know about Glock know what that's all about. But one of the things I want to show here is a cool candle that a friend got for me, which I thought was kind of neat. As you can see there, Saint of Black Sabbath with Ozzy on the front there. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was a neat little piece. But yeah, let's kind of jump into the records I have here. I only have about maybe 10 or 11 of them. But Jeff, one of the cool pieces that have been added to my collection, thanks to your generosity and contest, is the Eagles, Hell Freezes Over. I don't know about you guys, but this was definitely one that I was waiting, for a long time to be put on vinyl, or to have a reissue done, which is really awesome because this is absolutely one of my favorite live albums. And those of you that kind of know me in the VC know I am not a fan of live albums. Don't like colored vinyl. Don't really like live albums. But every now and then you'll get some that are amazing. Fleetwood Mac, The Dance, perfection from a live album standpoint. AC/DC Live, perfection. And this is the other one that I would throw on that perfection list is the Eagles, Hell Freezes Over. So yeah, extremely happy to pick that up. And again, Jeff, amazing addition to my collection. I thank you for that. The second piece, I don't know if you'll be happy about putting this one in my collection or not, Jeff, but you did. Celine Dion, The Color of Love. This was the first album I ever heard by her. It was a girl I dated back in college who used to have this CD and would play it every now and then. And this is the one that made me fall in love with Celine Dion. So yeah, again, another one I was just very excited to see pressed on vinyl. And yeah, this is kind of stuff that Mr. Hall of Fame hauls in his collection. So me and Celine are together again. Love it. So yeah, those are the two pieces, Jeff, that I got from your gift certificate. And again, two awesome additions to my collection. I can't thank you enough. So I appreciate you letting me be a part of your contest. I've seen a few people kind of talk about this one here, which is Kiss World, the best of, and just kind of her greatest hits. They're definitely a nice little album to have if you want to, kind of spend some Kiss and maybe don't want to go through pulling out each of the individual studio albums, but just want to kind of, thumb through some of their greatest hits. And this is another very cool album here as well. For those of you that are into the old kind of old school, early '90s type of hip hop, Souls of Mischief. Very cool album there. And this is one of the things that you're definitely going to be seeing more and more in some of my videos coming up. As a lot of you guys know, I've always been a huge hip-hop fan. I'm not a fan at all of really of the more modern-day stuff. But when you start taking me to mid-late 90s and back, I'm, the gigantic fan. And so I was watching this documentary on Netflix the other day, which is a really good one if you haven't seen it and you are a hip-hop fan, called The Evolution of Hip Hop. I think it's been out for quite some time, actually. But I just had never seen it. And so I watched all the episodes the other day. And when they got into kind of that early 90s stuff, it was just like all these switches started going off of all these groups that I really, really loved back then and just kind of forgotten about, just kind of lost a bit of an emotional connection with how good the music was. And so that's one of the first things I thought was, man, I got to start getting more of that stuff on vinyl. And it's nice with all the reissues and everything they're doing. So this is just kind of one example of that. But especially all of that early to mid 90s, what I like to refer to as kind of knowledge-based hip-hop, where it really was about something much bigger than, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, or it was always something bigger than my cars and girls and, how much jewelry I have and blah, blah, blah. It was stuff with kind of a message, with a purpose, and that type of thing, with the actual creativity inside of it. So like Leaders of the New School, Souls of Mischief, I can't say anyone's name right, De La Soul, Fushnikins. I mean, just like all those type of bands, Tribe Called Quest, all those bands kind of in that time frame of hip hop. So you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of that coming into my collection into the near future because it's awesome stuff. Just got to sell some stuff on eBay so I can buy it. But so awesome album there. This is another cool hip hop album. Doesn't really fall into that same category I was just describing. This is kind of more on the gangster rap side of things. But definitely an artist that I used to love back in high school. My friends and I bumped this stuff relentlessly. Spice One. Definitely kind of an old school, again, gangster rap type of thing. But if you have not heard of him, songs like 187 Proof were probably like his biggest hit. Trigger Got's No Heart, which is not on this album. East Bay Gangster, stuff like that. So just kind of another good hip-hop piece I stumbled across. Another awesome one to discover that they've pressed, which is Jackal. They're self-titled. I think this was 1992, something like that, when this came out. But yeah, they have a couple albums they've put out. This is definitely my favorite. Songs like Dirty Little Mine, and of course their kind of their big hit off of this, which is Down on Me. Just so some really cool kind of, I don't know, it's a little bit kind of Guns N' Roses, kind of hair metal, kind of just with some traditional hard rock elements in it. They were just kind of a band that just kind of played in between those spaces. But yeah, if for some reason you haven't heard about them, check out the song Down on Me. It's a really cool one to check out. And not only, actually having it issued, but then doing it on music on vinyl pressing, which is awesome. Alphaville, Forever Young. One I've really been wanting back in my collection. I had a copy that, just wasn't quite perfect, and I stuck to my guns and I purged it maybe like a year or two ago, or whenever I went through my big purge phase, and just had not been able to stumble across another copy of it. And even when you do find some online, I mean, it's just kind of, they were a decent little penny, considering, it's kind of another one of those 80s albums out there. But yeah, so it was very cool that they did a nice new 180 gram reissue. And I was able to get this back in my collection. And of course, this you have the huge title track of Forever Young, but then Victory of Love, Big in Japan, a few different great tracks on this, but classic 80s stuff there. Michael Jackson's Bad. I've been wanting to get a copy of Bad and Thriller in my collection. Again, Bad was one that I purged a long time ago based on the condition of the one that I had. And I just wasn't willing to pay, top dollar to get one. But I don't know, maybe it's because of, the documentary just came out and kind of some of the flack that he's catching, that some of these seem to be extremely cheap right now. So I got this brand new pressing for like $12, $13. So I thought, yeah, I'd pay that much for it. So yeah, another great classic album there. Alice in Chains, Facelift. No grunge collection is complete without having this album in it. Of course, the big hit off of this is Man in the Box, where, Staind really shows his vocal power on that song. It's definitely one of my favorite of their tracks, one of my favorite vocal deliveries by him. The dude can sing, but he really shows it off in that one. So another great album to have there. Mahogany Rush. Another nice one that I stumbled upon. Child of a Novelty. Well, first of all, as you can see there, really, really awesome cover. That's trying to get the glare out of there. Really, really cool cover. 1974, I believe. And just kind of some really cool, thick, heavy guitar type of stuff. Matter of fact, if you never heard this album before, someone could easily throw it on and say, oh, that's just a lost Jimi Hendrix album that, never got released and they just released it. And from a vocal standpoint, from just an overall musical delivery, you would swear up and down that it is a lost Hendrix album. So, obviously if you're a fan of Jimmy, you would definitely love this album. I highly recommend it. Really, really cool stuff. Again, that's Mahogany Rush. This is kind of another replacement, actually. Two Live Crew, Move Something. It's a good old-fashioned fun album from the silliness of my high school days, which was great. So I do have another copy that plays pretty decent. It has a bit of writing on the cover and that type of thing. I actually had it in my Finders Keeper section. So if anyone needs a copy of that, kind of let me know, and that's something that's kind of available. And the last two here, actually kind of two pieces that go into my world section. Sam Iguana, who's one of my, if not my favorite African artist. He does a lot of kind of world beat, Afro beat type of stuff, which is really kind of the African music that I like. And I'd never heard this album before, just stumbled across it in the store. It was a sealed copy. Only had $6 on it, and I was like, heck yeah, I'll try out Sam for $6, and it's great, just like all of his other stuff. So some other great stuff there. And last but not least, still good to kind of peep around the dollar bins every now and then, because you never know what'll pop up in there. And here we have Ileana Lee. Elias, I'm not sure if I pronounced that last name. I don't think I've ever quite gotten it right. But she's actually an artist that I love. I have probably 4 or 5 of her CDs. And she just does a lot of different things. Some stuff is more just kind of some like Spanish type of stuff, but she's also a very, very good jazz pianist. You'll listen to some of her stuff, and it's very, very Diana Krall-like. And that's kind of what you get on this album. There's really kind of no vocals. It's just her kind of playing the piano in a number of different pieces, and it's just really some beautiful stuff. So it was kind of cool, because typically this is like a $20, $25 record, so to find it it was actually in a $2 bin in great condition was a huge find. So that's that there. So anyway, again, kind of a short and sweet one this time. Like I said, not a ton of stuff, but I'm definitely very excited and happy with the stuff that I did pick up here. I guess wearing this shirt too, I should say. I did have a chance to see my favorite band, Godsmack, again just a couple nights ago. And it's kind of just the same old awesome stuff. I never get tired of seeing them live. It was awesome. The band that opened from the Volbeat, I've seen them twice. I saw Volbeat when they opened for Metallica, and then they opened for Godsmack this time. And I still keep saying the same thing. It's like I don't like their music at all, but the lead singer or whatever his name is, that guy can freaking sing, man. Oh my gosh. I've it's rare that you hear a voice, especially kind of like in a rock concert like that, that literally you're listening to it in the the stadium setting, and it almost sounds like it's coming right off a track. I mean, the guy, he's just such great voice control and such great inflections in his voice is, very, very impressive in that regard. It's just their songs suck to me. So, but great, great concert. But and yeah, I have a few more kind of coming up soon too, which is going to be awesome. Maybe I'll kind of do some reviews of those as well, because I'm going to be seeing Overkill in a few weeks. Be seeing Judas Priest a few weeks after that. Already got my tickets for Kiss. So I mean, yeah, there's a few things kind of lined up there, which is awesome. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on, VC. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for checking things out. Let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care.